Okay guys, we're back. We have new drivers, we've reset our router, we've dropped our graphics settings. Let's see if we can get out of Prague. Our passengers are the most patient virtual passengers in the world. So good evening everyone. If you were here a little bit earlier on, then I've already said hello. I just want to get out of here. Ryan, got to give it to you. I've really tried to get this going, fair play. I really want to get this stream done. It's kind of like a monkey on the back, isn't it? So we're going to do our best. That's all we can do. We're going to do our best. I've got... I'm going to get passengers loading. I've reduced the frames and we've got them held firmly at, I think it's 30 FPS. So let's see. We've got the aircraft in this turnaround state. Everything is all set. I just need to get our Squawking 2000. ATC is still online as well, so we're going to see how that's how long they're going to hold up. So that's all okay, and initial climb should be 5,000. That's all set as well. QNH is still 1016 here in the sim. I just want to get the latest ATIS so we know what we've got. This is information Kilo. Do you know the QNH here in Prague hasn't changed since Monday? Virtual pilot, I sound exhausted. At my wit's end. My wit's end. That is indeed quite true. Right, so passengers then are starting to board. Let's go ahead and do our V-speed calculation. See what we get with this. It should be pretty similar to what we've had for the last 2 days, to be honest. But the weather does play a factor with SimSmart, just as it does in the real world. So if the weather changes, so too may our speeds. Takeoff weight is 64.8. It's actually 64.6. Forward flex. We're going to use config 2 off, and we're not going to use the full runway. I want a quick taxi out of here, so let's calculate those speeds. There we go. Let's get them in. 128. I'm not even going to give you a full brief tonight because, well, I've forgot how many times I've briefed this, but there you go. It's straightforward. No speed restrictions out or anything like that. But we still need to contact ATC. So thrust reduction acceleration value is 2,660. That should update in a second. There we go. We're going flaps 2. Flex is 64. Engine out acceleration. Let's see. 2660 as well. There we go. Right, so very quick recap. We are expecting runway 12 for the departure. It's the Baltu 5 Hotel. SID initial climb should be 5,000. QNH is 1016. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and contact ATC. Tower 13455. Yeah, 13455.
Lima Kilo Hotel 1, 1028, hold short, Hotel 1, Sky Travel 4348. Scatter 501, pushback approved.
Prague Tower, good evening. Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, stand 27, type A320 Neo, requesting IFR clearance as filed, and we have information Kilo.
Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, hello, Resident Tower, standby number 2 for clearance.
Roger.
Alpine 71 Yankee Golf, ready?
71 Yankee Golf, go ahead.
Alpine 71 Golf, information kilo KNH 1016, time 35, clear to Amsterdam, Bal 25 hotel departure, climb initially 5,000 feet, squawk 1000.
That's going to be the same clearance for us.
Clear to Amsterdam, Bal 25 hotel, out of 12, climbing 5,000, QNH is 1016, kilo on board, and the squawk 1000. 71 Yankee Golf.
Alpine 71 Yankee Golf, feedback correct, startup approved.
Startup approved, 71 Yankee Golf.
Lots to Echo Juliet, continue taxi.
Continue taxi up to Echo Juliet.
Scandinavian 1123, line up runway 12 and wait.
Landing up runway 12 and wait for the Scandinavian 123.
Rosinee Tower, good evening, Lufthansa 24 Echo.
Still quite a bit of traffic on for this time, right, isn't there? Which is nice.
Lufthansa 24 Echo, hello, Rosinee Tower, radio 5. Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, clearance.
Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, go ahead.
Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, information kilo, KNH 1016, time 36, clear to Amsterdam, Bal 25 hotel departure, climb initially 5,000 feet, squawk 1000.
Clear departure runway 12, Bal 25 hotel departure, squawk 1000, information kilo, and just confirm we're stand 27.
Alpine 43 Uniform Hotel, I confirm, read back correct, startup approved.
Roger, Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha. Right.
Scandinavian 1123, runway 12 clear for takeoff, wind 140 degrees, 4 knots, after departure contact.
Squawk 1000, that initial climb of 5,000 is as we had expected. We've got the correct SID. Right, so if anyone hasn't seen the stream for the past 3 days, quickly talk about how we're going to do the pushback and the taxi, but again this should all be straightforward by now. Pushing back from 27, we're going to tell them that we can take intersection Golf for departure, get out here a little bit quicker. It's going to be a flaps 2 departure and no speed restrictions, and we can expect climb out. We also need to contact Prague Radar immediately after takeoff. I need to check if they actually are online. Prague Radar are indeed online, so that's going to be 11837. Let's get this standby.
Kilo is with us.
Lufthansa 24 Echo, hello, Rosinee Tower, information kilo, KNH 1016, time 38, clear to Hamburg. Lennox 3 hotel departure, climb initially 5,000 feet, squawk 1000.
There we go.
Clear to destination Hamburg via Veno 3 hotel departure, LV 5,000 feet, squawk 1000.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our Easyjet
Lufthansa 24
service.
Echo, read back correct,
Please place your
startup
large
approved.
bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you.
Thank you, bye
These
bye.
include laptops, handbags,
Bye-bye, thank you.
duty-free, and loose
Alpine
items of
71 Yankee
clothing.
Golf, request.
Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag,
Alpine
please take
71
your
Yankee
seat.
Golf, pushback
To
approved.
help us ensure a prompt
Approved,
departure,
71
we
Yankee Golf.
kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear.
Continue to stand by level 44.
Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Okay, so I think our doors are shut. Love the little private aircraft there.
Change, taxi via hotel.
Yep,
Bravo
there we
1,
go.
stand
All doors
4.
are closed.
Hotel Bravo 1, stand 4, 742 left.
And I think we can start running some checklists. So before start checklist, cockpit prep is complete, signs are on, and auto ideas, we've got 3 now green. Fuel quantity is 5,000 kilograms balanced. FMGS is set. Altimeter is 1016, 1,180 feet.
Cabin crew, please van doors and cross check.
Right, so we're not using toolbar pushback.
State Travel 501, request taxi.
0501, taxi to holding point runway 12 via Delta.
Let's tell him that we're pretty much ready to go. A couple of checks that I've got to do here because I have rushed this a little bit for obvious reason.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. My name is Gavin and I would like to welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft. We expect a good flight with you today with no weather problems showing in front of us, so we should be pushing back within the next few minutes or so. For now, the ground crew have now finished loading the last of the baggage into the aircraft, so if you could get yourself seated and secured, then we can make sure we can depart on time. The cabin crew will shortly be providing their safety demonstration video, so it would be appreciated if you could give them your full attention. A special welcome on board to our Easyjet Sim Pilot members, and if you wish to inquire about becoming a member, please contact a member of the cabin crew. All our Easyjet Sim Pilot members are of course entitled to free drinks throughout the flight.
Hello Captain, the cabin is now secured. All doors cross-checked and everyone is in their seats, so we're now all set to go.
Excellent. Right, let's tell the tower that we're ready to go back. The reason that I didn't put the thrust reduction acceleration values in that was in SimSmart is because SimSmart hasn't actually got the live correct values for those yet, so the ones that I put in were actually the correct ones. SimSmart's getting updated with that data all the time, so just have to you'll know if it's got the correct data in because it'll give you the full engine out procedure as well. Of which here it's a standard engine out procedure, left turn passing 2,800 feet to the VB holding point. Tower Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha is ready for push.
Standby break, Alpine 71 Yankee Golf, report estimated taxi time.
Give me 2 minutes, Alpine 71 Yankee Golf.
Return, break, Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, so pushback approved.
Pushback approved, thank you, Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha.
Lufthansa 2 for Echo,
So,
pushback and startup, please.
those were serious disconnected.
Startup and pushback approved, squawk 1000.
I think we're about ready to go. So, before start checklist below the line. Windows and doors are closed, beacon light is on, mobile phone's on silent, parking brake is
0501, line
set.
up runway 12, clear for takeoff, wind 140 degrees 4 knots. After departure, contact radar 118.375, ahoy.
Back we go.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 12, GQ mode, SkyTravel 501.
Engine modes to start
change, contact
and starting
radar
engine 1.
127.575.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets and brace position that you must adopt if you hear
Negative 127.575.
There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin.
Alpine 71 Yankee Golf,
will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind.
Alpine 71 Yankee Golf, taxi to holding point runway 12 via Foxtrot Lima Delta.
Your seatbelt is fastened.
Foxtrot Lima Delta 2 holding point runway 12, Alpine 71 Yankee Golf.
It must be fastened when the
Correct, and
seatbelt
follow
signs
the
are on,
company.
and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft.
Good.
When outside, inflate by pulling
You
the
talk
top.
about a company aircraft.
If
I
it
only
fails to
see a
inflate or needs topping
WestJet
up, blow it into the tube.
aircraft
There is a
in
light
front
and a
of
whistle
me,
for
so
attracting
maybe
attention.
it's model messing.
We also carry flotation aids for children.
FM, it must be, there is only one pushed aircraft now from stand, from fourth stand in front of you, so it's
Easyjet.
Okay, I don't see the aircraft, so if you wish, you can let him taxi first, and I will taxi behind.
Yeah, he is now on the taxiway, so hold position and now I will instruct you for taxi.
Thank you.
Okay, so engine number 2 is started. RLS Print Design, thank you so much, my friend, for your very, very kind donation. I think I need more than coffee. Thank you so much. Really, really kind of you, RLS. Very, very generous as well. Thank you for your £10 super chat. Right, so I'm just waiting for engine 2 to stabilise. There it is.
TVM Delta Echo 61 with information kilo route clearance to Vienna.
Delta Echo 61, hello, Resident Tower, information Lima now current, KNH 1017, time for 6, cleared to Vienna. Vožice for Golf departure, climb initially 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000 and startup approved.
QNH 1017, cleared to Vienna. Was it for Golf?
Okay, after start checklist, anti-ice is off. Ecam status is checked. Pitch trim 24.9, rudder trim is 0. Hey Barry, hey Von McLean, hope you're well. Sorry, I'm just trying to get out of here ASAP.
Okay, 5,000 feet.
Quick flight control check.
Delta Echo 61,
Full left, full right, and neutral. Full up, full down, neutral rudder, full right, rudder, full left, and neutral. And Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, we're ready for taxi and we can take intersection Golf.
Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, roger, taxi to holding point runway 12 via Foxtrot Golf.
Holding point runway 12 via Foxtrot and Golf for Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha. Nice short taxi, excellent. Okay, so PEDS check, no change to the performance. It's going to be a flex takeoff. Engine out procedure is standard. Left turn to EVME passing 2,800 feet.
Taxi to holding point runway 12 via Bravo, Golf, Lima and Delta. And holding short on Delta. Lufthansa 2 for Echo.
Negative, Lufthansa 2 for Echo, hold short of Lima.
And the departure is the back to 5 Hotel. Stop climb 5,000.
Correct. Break, Alpine 71 Yankee Golf, taxi to holding point runway 12 via Foxtrot Lima Delta.
Taxi to 12 Foxtrot Lima Delta, 71 Yankee Golf.
TVM Delta Echo 61 requesting start and push.
Delta Echo 61, startup approved, standby for pushback, traffic behind.
So just need to make sure we go left here on Fox, not the 90-degree left, that takes us on to Kilo, not going on there. Oh, this is going to be a late night, guys, if you're here in the UK anyway. Right, here's Foxtrot. Okay, before takeoff, checklist. Flight controls have been checked. Departure briefing is confirmed. Flap setting is config 2. FMA takeoff data 128 blue, 131 magenta. Climb nav blue, 152, 5000 blue. Flex is 64. Transponder is set. Eco memo takeoff, no blue, EFP stowed. Now, where is Golf? I think Golf is on here, but it's not got a doesn't appear to have green lights lining it up. Da Vinci asks if this stream's been a bit of a nightmare tonight. Mate, it's been a bit of a nightmare since Monday. Barry, you're in continental Europe, it's even going to be a late tonight. Oh, well, Barry, I do appreciate it. I really do. Right, so here is taxiway Golf.
Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, new departure frequency 127.575, line up runway 12, clear for takeoff, wind 160 degrees 3 knots, have a nice flight, goodbye.
On departure 125, sorry, please say, confirm 127575, and then cleared for departure runway 12.
Hey firm.
127575. There we go, and we're cleared to go. So let's get all the lights on.
Alpine 71 Yankee Golf, taxi, you are now on Foxtrot, are you able to depart from intersection Foxtrot?
Yeah, affirm 71 Yankee Golf.
Alpine 71 Yankee Golf, roger, taxi straight ahead to holding point and stop at holding point.
Roger, Alpine 71 Yankee.
And Alpine 71 Yankee Golf, squawk mode Charlie please. Delta 24 Echo, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Delta 24 Echo.
Seems like such a long time since I actually took off.
Delta Echo 61, pushback approved.
Roger, Delta Echo 61.
Tell you one thing I have noticed, I think because I've dropped
Alpine 71 Yankee Golf, squawk mode Charlie.
all the settings of the sim, I've got the glass cockpit refresh rate is down to low, which
at the moment,
I really don't like. Let's go and edit that. Okay, before takeoff checklist below the line, cabin is secured, engine mode selector is normal, TCAS, TARA, packs are off, anti-ice is off.
Line up 12,
Let's go.
full weight, 71 Yankee.
Takeoff. Set 50% and 1. And set takeoff thrust. Man flex SRS runway. .100 knots. V1 rotate. Nav. Gear up. $2,600 is our thrust reduction. Prague radar, good evening, Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, on the back to 5 Hotel. Passing 2,800 for 5,000.
Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, good evening, Prague radar identified, turn right heading 230.
Right heading 230 for Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha. I need to get the packs on.
$2,500.
Didn't even start the timer on pushback, did we? And passing S speed. Let's clean our aircraft up. And as we do that, thank you so much, Dark Fury, for your £5 donation. Saying buy yourself a 4-pack, you may need it after tonight. Dark, I think you're right, my friend. It's not just after tonight, is it? It's after the last few days. Thank you so much, Dark. Really do appreciate that.
Watch good day, Alpine 7-1 Yankee Golf, passing 2000.
Speed out, Star.
Alpine 7 Yankee Golf, in Prague radar identified. Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, climb to flight level 160.
Climb flight level 160, Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha. Okay, thrust climb, open climb. And
Alpine 7 Yankee Golf.
standard pressure, 160 blue.
Right setting 170, Alpine 7-1 Yankee Golf.
Alpine Yankee Golf, climb to flight level 160.
And climbing 160, Alpine 7-1 Yankee Golf.
Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, proceed direct Varek, resume navigation.
Say again please for Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha.
Proceed direct Varek, resume navigation.
Direct to Varek for Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha. Christian, the refresh rate low is like a slideshow. It is, but we were just doing everything we could, weren't we, to try and get out.
Alpine 7 Yankee Golf, proceed direct rapid, resume navigation.
Do you know, now we're actually airborne and flying, I could probably go in and turn the settings up. If we end up somewhere where there's no ATC control, I may go ahead and do that. So the cabin is now released.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign has now been turned on. You are now free to move around the cabin and the toilets are now available. However, when in your seat, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened.
Alpine 43 Alpha, climb to flight level 300.
Please contact a member.
Flight level 300, Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha.
Thank you.
.300 blue. I'm going to go ahead and clear that red nav page out. And we can also just go ahead and get rid of the engine out procedure fix. Clean up the navigation display.
Radar identified, come to flight level 160.
Nubrix, you're flying, that's not what the sim is for. It's not what it's been for the last few days, is it? We are flying. We are indeed out. Dark Fury, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I have literally gone in and put all my settings to medium. Everything is medium. So, I mean, at night time, there's obviously, you can't really see very much, but in the daytime, I would imagine that probably does take the edge off quite a bit. But we are upgrading the GPU in the next couple of weeks, which is going to be really nice. Prices have certainly come down, haven't they?
Alpine 7 Yankee Golf, come to flight level 290.
Climbing 290, Alpine 7-1 Yankee Golf.
Christian, I'm in the air and you have to go to bed now. I don't blame you, my friend. Thank you for being with us in Prague for the last 3 days. See you. You'll wake up, hopefully you'll wake up in the morning, Christian, in Amsterdam. That's the plan. Giuseppe, the question is, when will Microsoft Flight Simulator exit beta version and get released officially and as a stable build? That's what it feels like sometimes, doesn't it? N61W, the 5th attempt to take off from Prague succeeded. Was that the 5th attempt? Oh, wow. Goodness me.
Lufthansa 24 Echo, proceed direct takeoff.
Every time I look at the primary flight display though, the altitude of climbing, I do think, oh my god, the sim is stuttering away.
Alpine 43 from Harley Miles, base, monitor Unicom 12 to the side. Have a nice flight, bye bye.
Over to Unicom now for Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha. Thanks for the service. Good night. And we're never coming back. No, that's a lie. I looked. Do you know when Prague Airport first came out though? We flew to Prague, we flew out of Prague, absolutely no issues. So what has changed since then? I wonder. Carson, does the photogrammetry also look awful? I don't know because, well, it's night time. But you know what? I'm going to have to do this very quick because there's an aircraft behind me. So I just need to go general options, graphics. I've got to turn this up. There. That's better. I can live with that again now. Much better. Christian, you hope you don't wake up in Amsterdam because if you do, you'll be late for work. Treadwheelan, hello, how you doing? Dark Fury. When will Microsoft Flight Simulator exit beta when they call it X-Plane? Ooh. Dark Fury, there's been an upgrade to Prague Airport. Yeah, I've got the latest one. I've got the latest update in there, so not sure what that is all about. Interesting, isn't it? Oh well. At least we are airborne again. How long for? I guess should be the next question. Have a look at the weather in Amsterdam and also see if any ATIS is available. Those company messages, they come through incredibly quickly, don't they? Treadwheelan, oh, you're in the right place and in good company. Treadwheelan says, am I the only one who gets connection lost message all the time with the scenery problems? That is why we've been stuck in Prague really for the last 2 days, or at least that's one of the reasons. Skip all information. Golf main landing runway is 06. Main takeoff runway is 36 left. Oh right, okay. So if main landing runway is 06, that means they were using 27 in real life. Okay, well that's not an issue. Let's grab some charts and monitor our climb as we go. Our cruising altitude for today is flight level 360. We're on Unicom, so we're going to go ahead and pop that in there. Flight level 360 blue. Barry, that's because of the response time of the CBDLC. Are the two linked? I can understand the CBDLC have been, you know, a little bit quicker for VATSIM reasons, but they don't need to speed that up. They can give a couple of minutes for that to come through, I would have thought. Anyway. Main landing runways 06. Let's see. So that is going to be that's a different arrival entirely then, isn't it? So it's still going to be this start, but runway 06 is the initial approach. There it is. From R-tip to Schiphol 101, 102, 103, Osran. Hey Gandhi, do I know the overlay isn't working? It is not working because I've not turned it on. Something else. This is honestly the most streamlined stream I have ever done. So let's see. We're going to change our arrival. It's now going to be ILS 06. Still the same star, the Nok 2 Alpha, via our tip. And insert. Let's check these waypoints out now. So our call sign, if you are trying to find us, is Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha. That has been our call sign for the last 3 days. So we have got there's our tip. Then we've got oh, that's a different approach that we've got in there. Hang on, let's go and change that then. So we're going to set our arrival ILS 6, same star. I'm going to change the veer, not to the first R-tip but the second one. It would be nice if it told us what the differences were, but there we go. So that's now done. Let's check this out. There we go. R-tip, Sierra Papa Lima, 101, 102, 103, Osran, 110. Beautiful. Let's get up to cruise, and then we'll try and sort out the arrival. Ben, you can change the settings in the EFB. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I didn't realise, however, that the settings also affected the speed at which they came through. So obviously we've got is it a realism setting there? Boarding time, checklist, home cockpit. Oh no, none of those. Oh, here we that's the ideas. They should be set to real. Not quite sure why they're not. Set those to real. What other settings are available? Is that the sim options? No, none of those. Could be this. Have to have a look at some point. There's the weather in Amsterdam then currently, 1019, wind is 320 at 3, temperature 10. General at the moment here in Amsterdam, runway 36 centre is in use. Well, that would make sense, given those winds that we've just seen, but who are we to argue with that? Sim controllers. Looks like we've got a layer of cloud coming up anyway. Tell you what I have forgot to do. I've still forgotten to put my custom views back in. So I'll have to go ahead and find those on the because when I reinstalled Microsoft Flight Simulator, trying to fix this problem, I completely forgot about them and deleted them. Funnily enough, I know where I can download them. They're on the Discord server. So, how many of you here in the chat have seen all attempts to get out of Prague on Monday evening? Was it Monday evening? No, it wasn't Monday evening. Well, maybe it was actually. Yeah, we had Monday evening. We had Wednesday afternoon, a few hours ago, and then we had today. So this was the third attempt. Those passengers must be really peed off. And whilst we're just climbing up to cruise, a couple of thousand feet to go, I'll let you guys see what we were looking at a little bit earlier now with the different performance issues. So take from that what you will. Ben Thomas, yeah, you've been on board every flight, sadly. Dark Fury, you got out, didn't you? Yeah, you actually flew. Jonathan, you think you've seen 3? That would be all of them then, Jonathan. Yeah. I am tired though now. I'm starting to feel it. What time is it here? It's 10 past 10. Should be on the ground in about an hour's time. And do you know what? First Officer George needs a walk. Best let the wife know I'm going to be late tonight. Real pilots can't do that at 36,000 feet. 500 feet to go. Air Gandhi, you were pushing back behind me on the first date and you watched me disappear under the airport. Is that what happens? Do you actually fall through the taxiway? That's insane. Mac Alt Star. We'll pop Alt Cruise on in a moment. There it is, Alt Cruise. So I still feel like we can probably push the setting boundaries a little bit further. I mean, what do you guys think? We're using 60% of the GPU. Temperature's looking okay. CPU's handling nicely. Like Ben's just said, that is a much better performance, but I do think we can push that GPU much further, or at least I think we can, in my limited experience and knowledge. What do you think?
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, just to let you know that we've reached our cruising altitude for today and we are not anticipating any major delays or bad weather ahead, so we should be arriving on time as planned. The cabin crew will now start to make their way around the aircraft, so please make sure that the aisles are clear of any items you may have, and I invite you to sit back, relax and enjoy the flight. A reminder that our Easyjet Sim Pilot members are able to take advantage of free drinks throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and we shall have an update for you shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear.
Dark Fury, why do they not update their ATIS? Why is that ATIS wrong? Be interesting. Ben says don't go up above 85 degrees. Well, to be honest, this is what it's kind of been at for a while, around 74, and that, which is fine. But as I said a bit earlier, we're going to be upgrading that pretty soon. Danny, wait, you notice thrust reduction acceleration is 2160. Why did I put 2660? Okay, so the actual reason for that is because the thrust reduction acceleration values shown in SimSmart weren't true to life. Because it's easy to show you. So it has a lot of real values in, does SimSmart, but some airports don't have them in just yet. So for instance, if you choose, I don't know, if we have a look at, is that Madrid? Let's see if it grabs the data there. And I've just got to put in some figures here so I can do the calculation. Oh, Madrid doesn't have all the realistic values yet. Basically, if it says engine out procedure coming soon, your thrust reduction acceleration and your engine out acceleration are using your default values that you've set, so either 1,000 feet or 1,500 feet above the aerodrome elevation. Let me choose one which I know has got the correct values in. Here we go. Oh, what's happening in Manchester tonight? Is that not working? Oh well, I'll make one up just to show you. Ah, there we go. So if your thrust reduction and acceleration value has got the thrust reduction and then slash for the acceleration, you know that you're using real life values. And you've also got an engine out procedure shown as well. So that's all correct. That's essentially the reason why. Barry, has my landing gear retracted for some reason? Your A320NX has not retracted its gear for the last couple of days. Yes, yeah, it's been fine. Right, let's start looking at how we're going to do the approach, shall we? I can see a top of descent marker coming in. So, well, let's see. Max speed at RTIP. Let's have a check of this. So, we have got a speed limit there at RTIP, 250 knots. And we've got a constraint there. Let's put something in the middle then. Let's plan for maybe flight level 090. If we can update that. There we go. So flight level 090 at RTIP, and then I mean, I'm going to be basing this off the fact that the ATIS is correct, and they are indeed using runway 06. Let me just see if the ETAM ATIS is still saying runway 06. Yeah, runway 06 is the main landing runway. Okay. So then if we're coming in, RTIP is there. We still want to be flight level 70, speed 220 knots over Schiphol. Let's go ahead and find that. There it is, 220 knots, flight level 70, not above. I'm going to go ahead and change that to 070. There we go. And then from there, we're going to be heading down. At Osron, we want to be 2,000 feet. And I would imagine, how far out is Osron? From the ILS DME, 9.4 miles. So let's update the speed there as well. So 2,000 feet. And at about 9-10 miles out, I'm probably going to be looking around 180 knots. There we go. Right, so that's all coded correctly. It means that we can also look at trusting our top of descent, which we can see there is around 120 miles away. Dark Fury, nice crosswind on runway 06. It's not bad. It's what was it? It's about 3 knots or something daft like that. It's variable as well. Air Gandhi, are the winds variable in Manchester? Ah, that's why I didn't like it then, isn't it? Tyler Johnson, good day mate, how you doing? Josh, ETA is around. Well, do you know what? Let's see if we can get the banner working up on top, shall we? Tell you what, I really wanted to land runway 27. I'll tell you the reason why. Because the taxi in would be much, much shorter. Much shorter. Do you know what? I wonder if we can request that. Right, let's fill this out. Get the banner working on the top. I feel like over these last few days whilst we've been trying to troubleshoot and get things all working. You guys have had a complete behind-the-scenes look at how we set everything up for our live streams. You now know everything that goes off on the second monitor. Online, we've got Amsterdam Tower currently online. We don't have the approach online. Ooh, does that mean we could be naughty and use runway 27? What do you think? Do you know what? There's no way to find out. Let's, should we send them a private message? It's not a bad idea, is it? I mean, so we are, I reckon we're about 45 minutes away. Would runway 27 be available? Is it 27 or 27 right? I can't remember. It is runway 27. So we've just given them a heads up. It'll probably tell us he's logging off line, so do what we want. Nubrick says I get to see the custom McDonald's from runway 27. Oh well, that's it then. I'm a sucker for McDonald's, as you may all well know. Love a McDonald's. Large chocolate milkshake. The fact that the wind is just 3 knots and northerly, but 3 knots, it's neither here nor there. If we can't land with a 3-knot crosswind, we shouldn't be flying. Landalex says, you've seen behind the curtain. Yeah, it's not as magical, is it? I know it's all done. That's why a magician never reveals his secrets. Tower says, evening, will be closing in 5 minutes. 27 is possible in Unicom. Normally not in use at this time of day in real life. Oh, is that the case? Ah, thank you. Do you know what we're going to do then? We're going to hop onto Flight Radar 24 and see what is in use. So, where are we? Let's have a quick look and see where they're actually landing. And of course, as we strive for realism on this channel, like falling through an abyss. Oh, they're actually using, as someone said a little bit earlier, they're actually using 36 Center. A 36 Center works quite well for me because that's a shorter taxi. Right, 36 Center. So, how are we going to do that? Let's see. So, runway 36 Center. Oh, okay. So we're coming from RTIP. We fly over and we fly this little procedure there. I like it. That's quite neat. Lucas, hey mate, you heard Gate 27 was serving me well. Gate 27 has been my home since Monday. Rico 87, yeah, we're off to Amsterdam. Finally. Okay, let's go ahead and update our arrival now. Right, we want 36 Center. The arrival is still going to be the same, the Nork 2 Alpha, and we're going to be coming in via RTIP still. Insert. Check the coding then. So after RTIP we should have Skipple, then we've got 280, 281, 282. Excellent. Right, let's go in and reprogram the stuff. Just having a look on the charts to see what we need to get down to. Right, so at Schiphol we need to be flight level 70 at Schiphol. So RTIP, speed 250 knots. We could do flight level 100 at RTIP. From there we're going to come in, and at Schiphol it's going to be speed 220, flight level 70. And then from there, what do we want to be at? Let's just read this. At 12.4 miles MSA. Where's the number 1 on here? I can see number 2. I can see number 3. Come on, number 1. Where are you hiding? Probably in plain sight. Honestly, can't see the number 1 anywhere. Anyway, the platform altitude is 2,000 feet. So our platform altitude begins at we want to be 2,000 feet really. Looking for that at Amsterdam 282, don't we? Well, that's got us coming in at Oglax. Where's Oglax? Well, Oglax is just here. There it is. So, let's program that in. Oglax 2,000 feet and speed 180 knots. Done. And what is our missed approach? Oh, straight out 2,000 feet. 220 knots, and inform ATC immediately. Right, now all the data is programmed into the McDo. Let's work out how we're actually going to fly the approach. So, speed 250 knots, 10,000 feet as we leave RTIP, heading on to Schiphol. We're going to cross Schiphol at flight level 70. That is the wrong chart. Come back. I want the right chart, please. 36 center. There we go. So we're going to be at flight level 70 here, and then we will start slowing down, because how many miles have we got actually to get down 2,000 feet? 8, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We've got about 20 miles. Oh, that's fine. If we've got 20 miles, we've got plenty of time to get down to 2,000 feet. So as we're on sort of the downwind leg, we can slow ourselves down to green dot. Flaps 1 as we leave 282, and flaps 2 with the glide. On the rollout, then have we got the airport list up? On the rollout, if we can get off at Whiskey 5, that'd be fantastic. Whiskey 5, vacate right again, onto Delta, and then from there we take Alpha to the Hotel Apron. Wonderful. Gandhi, does the experimental version have all the same stuff as the stable? No, it does not. Right, so we've done our top of descent calculations. It's all done. I'm just going to have a quick double check. So I reckon, what is it? What are we at? We're at 30. We're at 36,000 feet, aren't we? So 36,000 feet. What's 26 multiplied by 3, that's 78, slowing down as well, give 10 miles onto that. It's about 88 miles away from 88 miles away from our tip. So let's go ahead and on the progress page pop that in there. And there we go. We'll just keep an eye on that and see if that marries up with our top of descent point there. To be fair, once the McDo's programmed correctly, it is very, very good with programming the top of descent. Jonathan, skip all runways look like a Chinese character from above. And Danny, it's a short taxi for a chance at Amsterdam. Well, that's it. A short taxi at Amsterdam. How often does that happen? Not very. JJ's small piece says, not sure if it's related, but SimBrief doesn't download flight plans properly since the last update. Nav points are missing, but departure and destination are okay. If you're trying to download flight plans into either the dev version or the experimental version of the FlyByWire, that will not work. It's because they use their own... oh, actually I think the stable version now doesn't do it either, does it? Because they're using their own LNAV in the stable version. Right, okay. So yeah, no. That's why you don't download SimBrief flight plans and then import them. You have to do it all through the McDo now. Don't use the Microsoft Flight Planner. Air Gandhi, how do you get to that progress page on the McDo? Without sounding very condescending here, Air Gandhi, you press the progress page. Right, I need to go and get the latest weather. Kevin Hudson, hi mate, how you doing? It's amazing how many people are having problems with Update 9. Last 3 days I've crashed the desktop. It's unbelievable. Your total reinstall now is ridiculous. Your system was great before. Kevin, I've also had to reinstall. So you are not on your own. Has that weather request come through then? Let's see what our weather is going to be. So the wind is 300 at 3. QNH is 1019. Temperature is 4. Let's go ahead. Pop all that in. It's nice to see a different QNH. Prague's QNH has been 1013 for the last 3 days. Temperature is +4. What was that? Wind 300 at 3. Right, let's also... Transition altitude is 3,000 feet. Platform altitude is 2,000 feet. I love the MSA as well coming into Amsterdam. It's going to be 1,700 feet, very, very low. Clear visibility, so it's going to be Cat 1. Runway visual range above 550, of course, and it's going to be 188. Our decision altitude. There we go. All done. And just looking at those approach speeds. Clean speed's 205, so if we do need to do a misapproach, we can clean the aircraft up. Top of descent is about 20 miles. Danny, you can now do step climbs in the stable build. It's that's not something I don't think I've ever done in the sim. Lovely moon as well this evening. Really need to remember to reinstall my custom camera mods, my custom camera views. Goodness me, Scottish Control is online. Do you know, if everything had gone well tonight, I was going to try and get into Amsterdam and then maybe hop across to Gatwick. But alas, it's not worked. Just keep an eye on the fuel as well. What we got? We've got 3 tons now. The fuel prediction page I still don't think works correctly. Well, actually, that doesn't look too bad. What have we got? We're 32 miles from Norku. What was our... let's have a quick check on this. So what did we take? You guys remember? We took 5 tons, didn't we? So that's 5, 6, about 6, 7, just under 700 kilograms extra. And where are we now? Headed to Norku. See if I can find that. There it is. So we should have, when we get to Norku, oh, that's quite low, isn't it? So we should have around 2,700 tons. We got 2,900, so we're okay actually. Egg is still showing tower online for you. Yeah, it is for me. If he's there, then absolutely fantastic. But if not, then we'll make our own way in. There we go. Top of descent is reached. Love the new marker. Let's get ourselves down. Down we go. Thrust idle. Descent. 100 blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear and the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
Flying Firefighter says, do a no flap landing. Why on earth would I do that? Is it because you're a firefighter and you want something to do? A no flap landing. Wouldn't ever voluntarily do that. RLS print design, you've never knowingly updated your NVIDIA drivers. Anyone know how to find out which? If you're running NVIDIA, get GeForce Experience. Just Google it, download it. It's made by NVIDIA, so yeah, it's reliable, all good, and that will keep you up to date. Oh, the tower has now gone offline. Oh, Lucas, you're going to be online at Toronto City Centre. I wish I could come across, but given how late it is, you know. Loving the way that the aircraft is now catching up with that profile, and, as you can see, meeting up with the intercept point. Here it is. Should probably just start to see the nose raise a little bit. There it goes. Awesome. Ben, you love how the VNav tries to catch the green dot. Yeah. Probably best not to call it green dot, because they tend to call the one on the altitude display the green yo-yo, because green dot is something entirely different in Airbus. JM Aviation, did I find out what was causing crash to desktops? It could have been that the settings in the sim were too high, which really saddens me, because they'd never been too high in the past. And we'd flown in and out of Prague airport before with no issues. So how can suddenly something that worked for months and months and months no longer be working? No breaks, you should definitely go to sleep, but you can't be missing Amsterdam. Someone's got to tour all the highlights after all. You're going to have to point them out to us, No Bricks. Again, you just noticed the overlay and the actual altitudes is a fair bit out. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest, to be honest with you. So guys, if you have been here right from the very, very start, that is Monday night, not tonight, please do leave a like on the stream. We finally got out of Prague, and I'll be honest with you, I've been pulling my hair out behind the scenes. So it's nice to finally have that monkey off the back. Ben, it's a donut in the CRJ. The Airbus is affectionately called the Yo-Yo. Don't know why it's called a Yo-Yo, but there you are. JM Aviation, maybe it was the new update. Well, I don't think that helped, to be honest with you. I am liking the thin cloud layer that we may just be descending underneath. RLS Print, thanks for the G-Force info. No problem at all. So runway 36 center is the one we're going for. This is the music we normally have at the start of the iconic flight streams, isn't it? The group flights. I-95 is finished. Something else is to come. Steve Stavros says, been here for every flight. Well, attempted flight. Well done for keeping going. Thank you, Steve. Tell you what I will do, I am just going to check that there's nothing daft in our approach. Make sure it looks like what we're expecting it to. And that is absolutely spot on. That is exactly what we're expecting it to do. I think the last time we tried to get into Amsterdam, ATC cancelled it, didn't it? Said, no, Amsterdam's far too full, off you go. We ended up diverting to Brussels, I think it was. What I find really impressive about the VNAV now in the fly-by-wire is because we put those speeds in there, it's already now worked out at what altitude it needs to be at to get to those altitudes, those constraints, and take into account slowing down. So leveling off for a period so the aircraft can slow down and still keep on profile. I find that amazing. Not far to go now. We can see on the little progress window. Oh, excuse me. Yawning on stream. That's how hard the last few days have been. No breaks, that was during the storms. You're right, it was. There were some awful storms in Amsterdam, and I think the entire VATSIM world wanted to fly and see if they could get in there, didn't they? Oh, I bet that was absolute chaos. Wonder how many go-arounds they had. Ben, it's definitely getting ready to slow us down. Yeah, well, as so it should. Here's the first slowdown, isn't it? At R-tip, 10,000 feet, and speed 250 knots. No brakes. We're going for 36 center now. Interesting. That's right. Yeah, we're gonna circle over the airport and then come back in. Does the approach mode still need to be activated in the McDo as well as the MCP? Don't confuse approach mode with approach phase. So the Airbus has different phases of flight. The approach phase is what you activate just here. Activate the approach phase. So I normally do that when I want to start slowing down to green dot. Actually, that's a lie. I don't do it when I want to slow down to green dot. I normally do it passing about 10,000 feet, but I'm normally also then in selected speed rather than managed speed. Otherwise, you would slow down to 200, 220 knots, and we've still got 77 track miles to go. We don't want to fly 77 miles at 220 knots. And then the approach mode is the approach button just here for the ILS. Air Gandhi just looked up VATSIM. I noticed the aircraft landing at Amsterdam is at -3 feet. Is that possible? I actually think that the elevation of the airfield is -12. So yeah. Cal, you're flying as Alpine today, not EasyJet. Oh, we're still EasyJet. It's just the European equivalent. Jonathan, is that moonlight reflecting off the water? It sure is. Even with my rubbish settings now dumbed down to medium to get out of Prague, we've still got some reflections. So yeah, normally when passing 10,000 feet I would look to activate the approach phase. I'm probably not going to do it quite that early at this for this, not when we're still 70 miles out. So Air Gandhi says, Kylie, believe mainland Europe EasyJet flights are known as Alpine. Oh, so it all goes off the registrations. So EasyJet aircraft that are registered in Great Britain are Easy 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Easy 3, 4 Alpha Mike. EasyJet aircrafts that are registered in Europe are Alpine, and EasyJet aircrafts that are registered in Switzerland are Top Swiss. Lucas, let's not go back to Prague for a while. It's such a shame. It's an amazing airport, so much detail, and when it first came out, this is what I don't get, and I don't know if anyone who's far more technically minded than me can help answer this. I don't understand why Prague suddenly stopped working, because it used to work absolutely fine. There were no issues with it, but there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you could please return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you are travelling with an infant, please ensure that they are secured safely using the infant seatbelt provided. The toilets will now go out of use until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned on. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance.
Okay, so we've now what's happened there? We're now going to start getting down to 7,000 feet in managed descent. Speeds 250 knots, descent 070 blue. We're below the profile, so that'll just start to descend about 1,000 feet per minute, so that's fine. Okay, approach checklist. So, our arrival briefing is completed. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums are 188, set both side, engine motor selector is normal, and EFB is stowed. Jonathan says, a very nice night for a circling approach to Schiphol. Well, that is essentially exactly what we've almost got, isn't it? N61W, thank God you're not landing 18 right, saves you a 20-minute taxi. It does. It really, really does. Can't see anti-ice being required. We'll leave it on for a little bit longer. Now, of course, if air traffic control was online, they probably wouldn't have told us to descend down to flight level 70 just yet, because we are still far out. I've got flight level 70 set here. I've got it in descent mode. What I expect to see is, as we get closer and the yo-yo starts to drop down, then we'll just intercept that and head on our way down. If not, we will, of course, intervene. I'm now going to pull speed, though, and set speed of 250 knots. Now that we're in managed speed, I'm going to go ahead and activate the approach phase. There it is. That's done. Get the landing system on as well so we don't forget. Hello, Schiphol. Kyle, the aircraft is indeed telling us ice is not detected. Flying at night, though, you can't always see every cloud, and all I need to do is just wait till it warms up a little bit, and then we know that we're absolutely safe. It's also SOPs to have anti-ice on for the descent anyway. Looking back at that arrival, yeah, look at that. So below 1,000 feet, this is a long, long stretch where you're trundling along. So we'll start to head down in a while. In fact, what I could do, I mean, ordinarily you're not going to do the full approach in managed descent because, well, you just wouldn't. So as soon as we get over Eham, I'm going to start taking matters into my own hands. Wally! How you doing, mate? Says, so glad we're making it. Finally! Well, we're not down yet, are we? But fingers crossed. N61W, what's new about Amsterdam since Sim Update 9? Oh, absolutely nothing, but there's a great freeware mod on flightsim.to which upgrades the handcrafted version by Azobo. Not sure how much we're going to see of that this evening, of course. And the fact that it's late, I probably can't hang around too much. We are on Unicom, aren't we? We're on Unicom, and I can't see any other aircraft around, actually. So I think we're okay. No bricks, we'll have the tower on the west when we land, the 747 Trijet in front of you when vacating. Look forward to seeing those. Right, here we go. Now we're starting that descent down to 5070. Dark Fury says, Amsterdam, there will be a water salute on the exit of 36 Charlie for us. Longest flight in history. Jonathan, have I ever thought about looking at some of the other aircraft like the B146 and things like that? I have, because of course they all look very, very exciting. But at the moment I just don't have time. That's my big issue. I just do not have the time at the minute to learn a new aircraft. Not to the point where I want to show it off on a stream anyway, and that wouldn't be any good for the developers. They want to see their aircraft showcased in the best possible light. Does anyone remember the CRJ? Okay, so we're now going to start heading down. And I'm now coming out of managed descent. We've got thrust idle, open descent, and we're going to oops. We're going to start heading down to our platform altitude of 2,000 feet. Local QNH 1019. Skip all traffic, Alpine 43 uniform, Alpha, overhead the airfield, making the approach runway 36 centre. Go, so we're now going to start slowing the aircraft down as well. So rolling back to green dot speed. Hey Boss Monkey, did I have to manually enter the 3 alpha transition? No, it was just you've got the start and then you just put the VIA, which was RTIP, so then it was all fine. RLS print designs, you've got 26 updates out of date. Hey Matt, good to see you. That's it, slowing down quite nicely now to green dot. What's that airport dead ahead of us if anything goes wrong? We can see here we're below the profile and that's absolutely fine. Ben says we've kept the yo-yo as well. Well, yes and no. Bear in mind we're in open descent now. I'm in control of how we're descending. It's not managed descent, so don't expect the aircraft to stay on its profile at the moment. Because it won't do.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing.
So we're going to get ourselves down, lined up quite nicely. I can just see there, that is where it says we're going to level off at 2,000. I just want to be a little bit before that, according to the chart. So we can just use a little bit of speed brake. Get rid of the anti-ice now, that is absolutely not required. A little bit of speed brake, just increase that rate of descent a little bit. Air Gandit, also shout out to other Easyjet traffic that's followed us from Prague. Most of them arrived Monday night. Goodness me, what's all this white stuff? Turn the tablet off as well. Okay, flaps 1, speeds checked. Flaps 1. And we'll go 180 knots selected. Here comes the glide slope. Speed brake's still out. That glide slope looks to be capturing quite nicely. So with that, I'm now going to set descent rate of about 800 feet per minute. Speed brakes can go away, don't need those anymore. Actually, we could probably do about 700 feet per minute for the time being, because we're going to be flying parallel to that approach. Adam, what graphic settings do I use? Usually it was high. We've had to downgrade to medium due to some issues. $11 miles out. There it is. Alt Glasslow Blue, Lock Blue, Cat 3 Dual, Autopilot 1 and 2. Amsterdam traffic, Alpine 43 Uniform Alpha, establishing now runway 36 centre, 10 mile final. Lock star.
$2,500.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing.
Let's try and level it off a little bit. So it did say that wind was light and variable, slight tailwind at the moment. We can expect that to spin round a little bit, more to come from sort of the front right, front left. 300 at 3, but it was very light. Glide slope star. Mr. Roche altitude 2,000 feet is set. Let's start slowing down. Ding the cabin. Flaps 3, speeds checked, flaps 3. Then don't need the auto brake, nice long runway. And fully stabilised before 1,000 feet. Anyone care to tell me what my mistake was on that approach?
1,000.
Autopilot disconnected, I have control. Still got that tailwind. Yeah, auto brakes are not required. It's a nice, lovely long runway, so don't worry too much about not having auto brakes. Not used for every approach.
500.
Continue.
$400. 300. 100 above. 200. Minimum.
keep on track with that centre line.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Simple traffic, Alpine 1 Yankee Golf from the ILS 3600.
Spoilers are deployed, reverse green. And 70 knots, reverses off. Now, is this Whiskey 4? I think we might have missed Whiskey 5, but never mind. Amsterdam traffic, runway 36 centre vacated. Yeah, Whiskey 4, as confirmed by the signs. Just configure our aircraft for the taxi now. There we go. And turn off the radar so we don't fry anybody. Right, to the hotel apron. We made it! We finally made it! RLS, applause from the cabin. Unfortunately, some of the passengers are now about to find out they have an expensive 3-day overdue car parking bills to pay. Yeah, would not want to play that. Not at an airport. Can you imagine how expensive that would be? Now, let me check. We need to take Alpha. That's Delta Charlie 3. No. Keep going. Keep going. No brakes to 747 on our left. Is it? Can we see that? I think I'm going to park up and then no brake. I will do a very quick stop, whistle stop tour with the camera. I just need to make sure I don't miss the taxiway that I want. Are strobe lights still on? Oh yeah, get those off. Dark Fury doing a fantastic mod job. Well guys, if you've enjoyed the stream over the last 3 days, please do hit that like button, and of course if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. Promise not all flights are this delayed. Not normally anyway. Right, I need to take Alpha. Right, I believe it's that's going to be Bravo, isn't it? We can't take Bravo, even though it's the way we want to go, because that's it's one way. Yeah, there's Bravo. Don't take that. Next left. Here it is. Nice touchdown as well from our fellow company aircraft following along. And then from here, It's pretty straightforward. We're looking to take the Alpha 19 Charlie. Is that this turning just here, or is the one before? No, it's not that one. Definitely not that one. I've been to Amsterdam enough times to know that it's not that one. Danny says at Schiphol it's become normal to be late. Did I see the chaos here last week? No, I didn't. Go on, Danny, you can inform us while we taxi to gate. No bricks. I call myself Easyjet sim pilot, but I'm as punctual as Ryanair. Right, where's my home? My home's over here somewhere. Cool Games, can I recommend something for you to learn the A320? There's plenty of tutorials on the channel that should help you along with that. And basically, just keep an eye on these live streams. We should hopefully teach you how to fly the A320 in as close to real life as possible, really. Right, let's check out the hotel pier. Oh, this looks much better already. Far, far better. Oh, new bricks is amazing. I'm going to switch it to daytime as well. Then we can have a proper look. So we shall check and taxi in. Do you know what? We're going to take the first stand we can find. It's been late enough as it is. One of the things I found with the parking stands here at the hotel pier is you'd never got ground vehicles. So here we are, taxied up there. Oh, look, we're at Hotel 1. It's actually got a stand number. That's so nice. And I love that in op. Brilliant. Oh, parking brakes set and shut down. Have we got the APU running? Yeah, we do. Shut down engine 1 and engine 2. Seatbelt signs can go off. Beacon light can go off as well. Fantastic. So yeah, I don't know whether we can spawn those vehicles, but we never ever had them. So like the external power baggage truck, catering truck. So and I don't know if they spawn here now. Oh, we've got an APU. That's suddenly available. So let's go ahead and we call that over. There it is. But yeah, the baggage truck and the catering truck, sadly, they never sort of materialised. Oh, that wasn't a bad park, was it? So there you go. Right, the whole point of this stream, when it initially first started, was to actually have a quick tour of this newly upgraded Amsterdam airport. So I do want to go ahead and do that. I'm just shutting things down as we go. Squawk 2000, chuck that in the standby. There we are. Right, I'm going to set the time of day now to well, daytime. Hello. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look at Amsterdam. The new Amsterdam. I love the fact that we've just got parking stand numbers. It makes such a massive difference. As an Iberia pushing back. Do you know what? I'm just going to speed up the camera, otherwise we could be here all day. There we go. There. And this is just so neat to see. Loving that. Ready to see more of the world. Visit the Very Easy for the Very Easyjet. The virtual Easyjet. What else have we got? We've got Dreyar there as well. I love it. Good old Dreyar. Oh, and I love that touch. The Ukrainian flag colours underneath. That is amazing. There's Dreyar just there as well. Loving that. Have we got Easyjet on here as well? World, here I come. Nice orange colours for the Easyjet pier. This just looks far better. We should have done a daytime stream here. But the fact we've got numbers. I am Amsterdam. Excellent. So neat. And you said where was the 747 as we came in on runway 36 center? Is that down here somewhere? There it is. There it is. For the fire crews to train at. Lots of details over here as well. So this is an add-on for the Azobo handcrafted Amsterdam airport, which, well, better than default, of course. It's just a little bit bland in places. So being able to have this, I think, is just so nice. And how nice. Look at that. Want to display your ads to the world? Contact Nubrix on flightsim.to. Your one-stop masterclass to the A320. How really kind of you, Nubrix. It's amazing. And I'm so glad that after 3 days of trying to get here, we've done it for you. Which is also awesome. We've got British Ad Geek down there as well. I'd love to be able to see what this says, but I can't speak Dutch. Pilot Studs there too. That's awesome. Explore the UK in all its glory. There you go. British Ad Geek is there. This is awesome. Oh, I am going to have to call it a night, guys, because it is so late. It's taken us so blooming long to get here. Oh, there we go, KLM. We of course have to have KLM there. Lufthansa as well, of course. Loving the car park. And it's such, I mean, what an undertaking, Nubrix, because it's huge, this airport, so God knows how long it's taken you to sort out. But really, fair game to you, my friend. It was worth the 3-day wait, right, guys? Absolutely beautiful. Really nice to see. Well, here we are. We made it. 3 days later. Thank you so much to everybody who has stuck with us. Maybe, just maybe, we might be on course to get some streams in without issues in the future. So guys, thank you so much to those of you who have donated and contributed to the channel during the last 3 days of our attempted flights to get here to Amsterdam from Prague. That is, it's really appreciated. And you know, with help from you guys, we are going to be upgrading the GPU very soon. So a huge thank you to all of you for that. To the Easyjet Pilot channel members as well for your continued support, so we can get more scenery and things like that for the airport, for the airports, and yeah, that goes a long way as well towards upgrading the GPU and components, so that hopefully all the crash to desktops will slowly become a thing of the past. Anyway guys, it's now 11:20 after 3 days. I'm beat. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Good night everybody. Bye bye.